want to get into this whole Jay-Z conversation from Stephen A. Smith's perspective. So Stephen A. Smith has decided that he wanted to insert himself into everything culturally relevant. And so he's saying his thoughts on Jay-Z's allegations, and that is no way that he believes that Jay-Z did this. Check it out.
Got to get started in the world of music and entertainment, where a new lawsuit this week alleges Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs raped a 13-year-old girl more than 20 years ago after an awards show after party. The suit was filed in New York Southern District. That's the same jurisdiction currently holding Sean Combs in a federal jail on sex trafficking and racketeering charges until his trial this upcoming spring. As for Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, he's denied the allegations, calling them idiotic to say the least. He went on to say the plaintiff's attorney, named Tony Busby, tried to blackmail him in a demand letter sent before the suit was actually filed. Busby appeared on this show in October, if y'all would recall, and told us about a number of alleged victims that approached his office. Take a listen to Mr. Busby back then. Are these alleged co-conspirators, are they public figures? Are they well-known people in Hollywood, in the music industry? Are they people who worked for P. Diddy Combs? Could you be specific in that regard?
I would say yes to all the above. Yeah.
Yes to all of the above.
All the above. People that names that you would know, some people's names you wouldn't know, but are people that are in management or executive positions, people that were benefiting from this culture that was created, people that were there knowing that this was going to happen.
Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Also, if you've been here more than once, you need to be subscribed and you need to have your notifications on. All right, let's rock.
People that actually participated.
Now, here's a portion of Jay-Z's statement issued in the aftermath of news of the suit breaking on Sunday. Quote, "These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case." End quote. In addition to the statement, Jay-Z didn't stop there.
Stephen A. Smith is really trying to become he's rebranding himself. He's rebranding himself to be more than a sports commentator. I actually respect the hustle. He is really, really working hard on building this thing on his own and trying to get another bag and trying to see himself as more valuable. I respect this hustle.
On Monday, yesterday, his legal team asked the judge to deny a request for the plaintiff to remain anonymous. Jay-Z's lawyer argued that the accuser's decision to file a lawsuit against his client under the name Jane Doe was, quote, inconsistent with a genuine effort to determine the truth or falsity of these allegations as opposed to an effort to procure a quick settlement. His attorneys wanted dismissal of the suit or disclosure of the plaintiff's identity. Basically, that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, let me say this. A couple of things. I don't know Sean Diddy Combs. I've met him on a few occasions. I've spoken to him on a few occasions. I don't know whatever truth or falsehood is associated with his name. I haven't cast any guilt or innocence upon Sean Diddy. I simply reported it. Had Ryan Smith, legal analyst, on 1 minute, Eli Honig, CNN analyst, on another, Ellie Honig, a CNN analyst, on at another occasion, dissecting and analyzing the case against Sean Diddy. The reason why I broached that was because his homes were raided in both Los Angeles and Miami by Homeland Security. News had been percolating, and it was clearly evident that an indictment would be forthcoming, and that clearly they were going to go after Sean Diddy Combs. That is the United States government. Mr. Busby is not that. He is a lawyer. I am not going to sit here and dismiss or excoriate Mr. Busby or his client, who's anonymous at this particular moment in time, and the allegations that she has leveled against Jay-Z. Here's what I will say. I'm broaching this story right now because we're talking about a friend of mine who is Jay-Z, somebody that I've known now for 25 years. And I'm going to state for the record, not calling anybody any names, not challenging Mr. Busby or the accuser, whomever. I'm telling you, I've known this man for 25 years. And I'm saying for me, Stephen A. Smith, there is no way in hell I believe this about him. The Jay-Z that I know is the Jay-Z that I've seen around teenagers, and he doesn't even want us playing the kind of music we kind of listen to in hip-hop. He made us turn it off. That dude who was in concert in 2004 performing alongside R. Kelly, who he grew to dislike a lot, particularly because of the allegations that were leveled against him, who found things like that despicable and abhorrent. Anybody that's been around Jay-Z and knows him has seen him come to the defense of the most helpless amongst us, which are the children. I can't believe for 1 second that he would ever be associated with an allegation like this.
Now, let me say this before I let Stephen A. continue, all right? You have to have the utmost, because see, it's one thing to say that you don't believe this to be true and you don't know the person, right? Because see, we all got our opinions. It's a bunch of people that's giving their opinions. It's a bunch of content creators. Seen academics talk about it. I see whatever. You know, everybody got an opinion on whatever it is that's happening that's popular at the time. It's a whole nother level when you actually know the person and you stick your neck out for them and you say, hey, listen, they didn't do this. You have to have an utmost supreme level of confidence, because if anything was to ever come back and bite you, or if anything was to ever be proven to be true, now I, as a person that don't know Jay, or a person that has never met these type of celebrities ever in my life, don't believe it to be true either, even though I don't necessarily agree with all of the positions and the stances that these people has taken over the years. I don't believe it to be true. I do believe that this is a shakedown. And if Jay had just gave the lawyer some money of whatever it is that they was requesting, we probably wouldn't even be having this conversation right now in the first place. However, I am not in the position to say that I've been friends with a person for all of these years and that I stand by them and that I adamantly believe that all of these allegations not to be true. Well, why? Because then if it ever is proven to be true, which I don't believe that to be the case, then you basically got to come back to the front of the congregation and eat crow. So Stephen A., what you usually see in this situation is that most celebrities stay out the mix. They don't participate. They don't have no conversation. The only people that I ever heard say anything about Diddy was people that was against Diddy. I have never heard one person that actually knew him, hung out with him, or ever associated themselves with him come to his defense. I've heard people on the internet, people that don't have any association with Diddy, that say, I don't believe this, I'm not rocking with this, so on and so forth. But I've never heard anybody say, I've known him for this amount of time and he has been my friend, and all of this stuff that they're saying about him is not true. What I'm seeing Stephen A. do is do the complete opposite of that and saying, I've known this person for all of this time, and I know that this is not true. I do not believe that this is not true, because he is a person that has stuck his neck out for the most vulnerable amongst us. It's a completely different conversation now. Let me hear what else he got to say.
And I felt it was important to bring that up because you got people out there. Stephen A., you had something to say about Diddy. Why aren't you going to have something to say about Jay-Z? Well, I don't know Diddy. I've met him a few times, talked to him a few times, absolutely. But I've known Jay-Z for 25 years. I don't believe it. Now, that's as far as I can go, because, again, if you can't provide eyewitness evidence to refute the allegations that have been levied against anyone, it's irresponsible to go over the airwaves and go any further than that. It is not irresponsible to point out who a friend of mine is. Somebody that I've come to know and love and don't believe for 1 second would be capable of such a thing. That's not irresponsible. That's love right there, because of what you know about a person based on your personal interactions with them, along with the people that have been around them. I don't believe it. And I tell you what also made me comfortable enough to come on the camera and say this to all of y'all. That quote that Jay-Z gave. Put it up there again, because I want the audience to see it again.
Charlemagne said on this too.
I want to read the quote to you, okay? These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one.
I agree.
Bam!
That really do put the bullseye back, or the ball, honest to God. As a casual watcher and observer, that puts the ball back into the accuser's court. Show who you are, file a criminal complaint, and don't just come for money. And I'm not sure how people just miss this. Again, I don't know anybody personally that if they are telling you that something heinous like this happened to them, that they would not be out for blood. I don't know one person, not one person in life, that would not have a vendetta to come after whoever it is done something to them that's that heinous, and wouldn't want blood. They wouldn't want them under the jail. I don't know anybody that wouldn't. And again, nobody has any answer for me as to why the lawyer, who is a financially motivated, I want to get the bag so that I can split it between me and my client, I got a 50% ass fee lawyer. Because wait a minute, and this is another part of it, all right? And let me tell you how fickle the general public is. Let me tell you how fickle the general public is. Y'all hated lawyers just a couple days ago. Y'all said lawyers were worse than judges, that they were some of the worst people on the face of the earth. Y'all, the audience, the people, the same ones as champion an anti-hero, the same ones as champion Luigi, y'all said lawyers and ambulance chasers were some of the worst people on the face of the earth because they are nothing but opportunists, and then they also will do anything for money, including defending some of the most heinous people in the world. Now, for some reason, y'all put this lawyer in particular on some sort of moral high ground, and that he's not financially motivated, but for some reason they're now more interested in justice. That's why I don't take people word for nothing. That's why I don't take people word for nothing, because it's like, oh, the lawyer cares about people all of a sudden. Y'all hated lawyers just a few days ago. Y'all literally hated lawyers just a few days ago. But if it's against the person that y'all are villainizing at that particular moment, no, not in this instance. This lawyer is a good one. Busby is a good one. Busby is a good lawyer. No. Even though it's financially motivated, he's a good lawyer. Don't worry about it.
What he's saying is, let's go. Let's go to court. Who is she? I got children at home. Beyonce's my wife. You think I'm going to let you talk about me like that when I got to explain to my children, your dad is not a rapist? You think that's a conversation that I want? You think I'm going to let that slide? That's what Jay-Z is saying. I have not spoken to him since these allegations have come down. Again, I was in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi. Not that the phones don't work there. I just haven't spoken to him about it. But I'm telling you what my personal belief is. Rape? First of all, I wouldn't believe that. Secondly, a 13-year-old? No. And I understand that everybody in this day and age got to be careful about where you go and what. I got that. I understand it. We weren't eyewitnesses. We can't castigate the accuser. We can look at the lawyer as an ambulance chaser because he's pursuing a civil suit which involves money as opposed to a conviction that'll send you to jail. I get that. But I'll be damned if you could be friends with somebody for over 20 years with a platform like I have and various others have, and not at least acknowledge the person that you know and the person that you've been around and the person that you've spoken to, that you've come to love, you don't believe is capable of something like that. I don't think it's a crime. It's not a crime to say that.
Just stand on it.
Now again, we'll find out more.
Stand on it. Stand on it.
And the story probably won't go away. But the number one reason I felt comfortable enough to come out and say what I said is because of that quote. Put it up there one last time.
Yeah, we got the quote. We got it. All right, so Stephen A is standing on it. People are absolutely probably destroying him in the comments at this point. But just wanted to keep y'all up to date on what's going on in these streets, man.